The views and opinions all radio shows broadcast on KYOK are entirely those of the hosts, guests, and callers who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
All right, y'all, back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM, streaming live, kyokradio.org. It is our Talk Your Team Tuesday, and we got a special edition of the HBCU Stroll with Coach Johnnie Cole coming up in the second hour. HBCU Stroll with Coach Johnnie Cole coming up in the second hour. So if you want to talk your team, hit me up, 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000, or you can text me 832-403-5005. That's 832-403-5005. You can always email aj@kyoksports.com, aj@kyoksports.com. All right, so last night, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers reasserted themselves in the playoff picture. I know it's early, but we're on the other half of some people's season, so it's not as early as you may think. While there's still a lot that could happen, it's not too early to be talking playoffs. Playoffs? Yeah, it's not too early to be talking to playoffs. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers reasserted themselves last night to the point where I think there's some friction in the coaching ranks up in New York with the Giants. I think there's some friction. I don't think the head coach, Joe Judge, is happy with the offensive coordinator, Jason Garrett. I think there were some comments post-game and some facial reactions in-game that give one the impression that Joe Judge is not happy with the play calling. He said multiple times, I'd be frustrated if I was a player too. Huh? What? And even went on to say that we've got to put these guys in the best position to be successful, meaning you got to call better plays. I don't know. Did anybody forget when Jason Garrett was the offensive coordinator of the Cowboys before he got the head coaching gig? Remember how he forgot about running the ball and then ultimately forgot to throw the ball to the tight ends? And that's when they had, future Hall of Fame tight ends, at least one. Oh, Giants just relieved Jason Garrett of his – well, there you go. I wasn't wrong. Willie Gibson, if you got time, man. Oh, you said you got a meeting today. He can't call in. Man, I'm just telling you, I could see it a mile away last night. That Jason Garrett and Joe Judge were not on the same page. They were not on the same page. And according to Willie, a reliable source, the Giants have relieved Jason Garrett of his duties. I'm going to get to some of the. Well, I literally got almost every one of these quotes verbatim. Literally got almost every one of them verbatim. This one was strange. He says, you can put that down tonight. Got that? You guys can write that tonight. Players have to execute. That's their job, right? It's our job to teach them. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
Willie Gibson.
Hey, man, I know you got big things to do. You know, you're on that executive level. You're on that executive floor. You got to have a card key or something to get up there where you are. Appreciate you being able to call in for a minute, big dog.
All true. However, I make time for what's important.
Man, if you don't make me feel like I'm important, you better make me feel like I'm important. I felt that in my pinky toe.
Yes, sir. I'm en route, but I have about 8 minutes as I drive.
Well, brother, give me 7 of them. So what's the latest on – it was obvious last night with those comments and some of the facial expressions on the sideline that Judge and Garrett were not besties last night.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I was in Cleveland for Cavs Nets, but I literally, as I got in the car, got the alert that Giants fired Jason Garrett.
Yeah.
And so when you start talking about it, that's what I'm like, so I only know what I've seen and what you said pretty much about the situation. So
yeah, no, it spilled over last night. And like I said, I had to go back to history because I was covering the Cowboys when Garrett was the offensive coordinator and Wade Phillips was the head coach. And it was crazy how Jason Garrett literally would, running backs would have like 5 carries, 7 carries. And then when it came to throwing the ball to a future Hall of Fame tight end, they weren't doing it. And as soon as Garrett got the head coaching job, guess what? Ran the ball, threw the ball to the tight end.
Right.
Now, I ain't saying he was plotting to try to get that head coach job in for the Giants, but I ain't gonna lie, it sure looks suspect down there in Dallas.
Oh, others have asserted that was exactly what he was doing.
Yeah, well. It backfired on him if that's what he was trying to do up there with those. Joe Judge said you got 1, you won't get 2.
There it is.
Yeah. So but again, I don't expect any amazing change out of the Giants. While they've got parts and pieces, they're the Giants for Christ's sake.
Right. Yeah. I don't think they go on 6 out of 7 or 7 out of 8 to end the season or anything like that. I mean, with all due respect, Daniel Jones is still the quarterback. So.
Yeah, well, there's that. Speaking of quarterbacks, man, it's hot up there in Cleveland. Your guy Skip tried to continue to blame Baker Mayfield's troubles on Odell Beckham. He claims that the locker room, which he said these words, is mostly black. Most of the black players were in awe of Odell Beckham Jr. And now that Odell Beckham Jr. is gone and they see the struggles of Baker, now they're starting to turn on Baker. So the Odell Beckham Jr. is still very strong and prevalent in the Cleveland locker room, even though the man's been gone for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's categorically false. Clickbait. No, what's causing, and I'm gonna say black players, what's causing players to seemingly turn on Baker is comments made by his family, and the questions asked. Where's the same energy that was there for Odell Beckham Sr.? Because when Odell Beckham Sr. posted his thoughts on social media, there was a firestorm.
Right.
And Baker Mayfield, as a member, it's not the first, nor the second, nor the 29th, nor the 38th, nor the 47th time that they posted social media comments. It seemingly is nowhere near the same energy. So that is what's causing the turn, divide, however you want to categorize it.
Yeah. Okay. I know you got to go. Let's play Nostradamus for me. Where's this all end, man? How does this honeymoon get back in full force?
2022, Baker's still in his contract for 18.5 next year. So for all the, this is it for Baker. Baker's guaranteed 18.5 next year.
Yeah. Whether
he plays the snap or not. So it carries over. Stay tuned. To be continued.
Yeah. How do they finish up the rest of the year, in your opinion?
Call me. Say what you will. I think they sweep Baltimore in the next 2 weeks. Out of the next 3 weeks. 2 games in the next 3 weeks. I think they sweep Baltimore.
You really think that they sweep ball? Is that because of the possible illness of Lamar Jackson?
No, it's because of the tightness of that locker room. The locker room is tight. So people that say this locker room is fractured, this locker room is this, locker room is that. No, locker room isn't any of that. In the locker room, those guys truly, as players, as men, like each other. And then, for contrary to popular belief, they like Baker. They may not like things that are said. They may not like things that are done, but they like Baker. So I think all of the, for lack of a better term, white noise, ancillary noise, anyone that's not within this room, they're gonna ante up. They're going to, tighten ranks, and I think they sweep Baltimore.
Yeah.
Because right now they're 6-5. Baltimore has 7 wins. They have 6. Everything they want is still in front of them.
Yeah. No, you're right about that. You're right about that. We'll see how it plays out. I don't know if they sweep Baltimore. That's a tall task, but hey, anything can happen, as we've seen for the last couple of weekends.
Yeah, and I say that because of the scheduling quirks. Like I said yesterday, when I saw it in April, I thought it was odd, but you look at it. They play Baltimore Sunday night. So with all the turmoil allegedly going on, they tighten up and they beat Baltimore. Then they have a bye. Baltimore doesn't.
Right.
Baltimore plays. So then you have Baltimore coming into Cleveland when the Browns are coming off a bye. That right there, with all the injuries that Baker has, he has a week off. And now they have 2 weeks to prepare for Baltimore. I think that's a second win. And then you still have a game against Pittsburgh. You still have a game against Cincinnati. So you have 4 division games left. You have 6 wins. Does 10-7 get it done? I don't know. But I think everything that they have in front of them, everything is still on the table for them to accomplish.
Yeah, they still control their own destiny. Willie, I know you got to go, man, and I appreciate you making the time to do it. If you got a chance later this week, call me and let's talk about rivalry weekend, man. You sent me a message from the quarterback from the team up north, and bruh, I can't believe he tried to get down like that. Like, he really tried it.
This is KYOK Gospel Station, right?
Yeah, it is. Thank you for reminding us.
I feel better, so much better.
Sing, Willie.
Since I read that quote today. Okay.
He gave y'all all the energy y'all need. We'll see.
Yes, sir.
All right, brother. Tell everybody where they can find you and follow you real quick, man.
Appreciate it. Will Gibson 7, social media, Twitter, Instagram, Will Knows, Facebook, Will Knows Podcast, and Folks Talking Sports. This week, Sunday, I believe, myself, Chris Gardner, and Deanna is James Mueller, Tamer Knight, Cast of Millions, all headed by OGKG, Houston Roundball Review, local name, global perspective.
Brother, much love. Be safe out there and handle your business, man.
Oh, for sure. You as well. Appreciate it. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
Same to you, Willie. Talk to you soon, man.
Yes, sir.
Great stuff in just a few minutes. Again, we came on talking about last night's game and the friction that was going on the losing sideline, and now we learn that the Giants have relieved Jason Garrett of his duties. He's been let go, so appreciate that coming from Willie Gibson. And then, the Baker Mayfield thing just doesn't go away. Skip kind of surprised me trying to make this a black player thing. The locker room, which was mostly made up of black players, were in awe of Odell Beckham Jr. Man, there's so much in that. Gosh. Do I address it? Let me see. Gosh, don't do it. Don't do it. Coach Cole, you too early. Let me get him on here now. He's a whole hour early. Let me get him on here now. He driving.
I'm with my coaching staff.
I see you got your coaching staff in the background, man.
Yeah, let me introduce my coach. I got my offensive coordinator, Kennedy Cole. I got my defensive coordinator, Johnnie Cole. What's your position? Defensive back coach. You forgot? What's your position? That's wide receiver. And then the other little one, what you coach? The quarterback.
The quarterbacks. I love it. I love it.
She said the quarterback. Yeah.
I love it. Well,
Well,
Coach,
man, I'll come back.
you want to come back at the top of the hour? Call me back in 20 minutes.
Yeah, man. Don't cheat me out of my hour now.
I'm not going to cheat you out here. I'm going to give you a full hour.
I'll see you then.
All right, Coach. Man, that's good stuff.
Take care.
All right, Coach. That is good stuff right there. That is good stuff right there. I can't wait to have it back. Man, it's that time of the year, man. Hook up with your family, man. Listen, if you're like me and you're the black sheep of your family, hook up with somebody like family. You know what I mean? Don't be isolated this holiday season. And I know the holidays can be tough. You know, normally I have therapist Janae Tidwell or one of the other therapists that support the show come on and talk about holiday depression and isolation and that. And I might do that. I might do that. I'm going to work on Thanksgiving Day. I typically do. I'm going to work on Thanksgiving Day because there's a lot of football going on that day. I might have her call in on Thanksgiving Day and we talk about that. But again, if you can't handle the issues with family, don't be alone, man. Be with somebody like family. Some friends. What do they call it? Friend giving kind of thing. You know, again, it's time to change the definition or the meaning of Thanksgiving for some of us because we know what really went down. But for others of it, it just needs to be a time where you're not isolated. You're not, separated, but you are connected with someone. You're connected with someone, co-workers, fraternity, sorority, church members, what, and it don't have to be a big gathering. Doesn't have to be a big gathering. We still are under COVID and all that, but just wherever you feel safe, wherever you feel safe, or if you're working a whole lot and this is your one day to rest, then rest, but don't worry. You know what I mean? It's that negative part of everything. Sometimes holidays are just a good time to take a deep breath, regroup, relax, and work through that thing. But anyway, I'll try and get one of the therapists on Thursday or Friday, and we'll make sure that we can get you some, just some tools now. We're not doing over-the-air therapy. We're doing just some tools that'll help you kind of manage through that next thing, all right? All right, let me take a break. When we come back, I'll save the stuff I pulled out for Coach Cole. I got power rankings from the NFL. I'll tell you who won this week's Lunch Break Weekly, Keeping Up with the Joneses Pick'em Challenge. Got a lot. We'll do it next right here on the Lunch Break on the legendary KYOK.
You don't sit behind a desk every day to earn a living. You're out and about making it happen. And sometimes you get a little bit behind on your paperwork, like bookkeeping and paying your taxes. It's easy to get behind on paying your taxes. It happens to the best of us. And you know what happens next. The big bad IRS comes knocking on your door. And when that happens, you need to call the good old boys at the Tax Doctor. Let them do what they do best. Deal and negotiate with the IRS so you pay the lowest you can in back taxes that the law allows. We are a 100% U.S.-based company, and we've saved our clients millions over the years in back taxes. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, call my friends right now at the Tax Doctor and learn more.
800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. That's 800-603-9359.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's AJ Jones with the Lunch Break on the legendary KYOK AM 1140 at 92.3 FM. It's that time of year when we are reminded of all the things we should be thankful for and that it's more blessed to give than to receive. So with that in mind, on Wednesdays from now through Christmas, we'll give you a chance to win a gift certificate from Butterball. That's right, you can win a gift certificate for a Butterball turkey on Wednesdays on the lunch break between 12 and 2.
Just be the right caller, and your Butterball turkey will be on us at the legendary KYOK AM 1140 at 92.3.
Well, I hope you are enjoying your weekend. Hey, everybody, it's Erica Campbell.
And I'm Griff from Get Up Mornings.
We want to thank you so much for rocking with us every weekday morning.
And after you enjoy your weekend, make sure you start your work week with us.
When you start your day with us, we'll help you get moving and motivated to have the best day ever. Go ahead, say it, Griff.
Best day ever!
So wake up with us. We'll be faith walking,
Love talking,
and joy living on Get Up Mornings.
Get up. You're listening to
1140 AM and 92.3 FM, the legendary KYOK.
Hi, this is TJ from South Park. I listen to the lunch break with AJ Jones on 1140 AM and 92.3 FM.
TJ is a member of those Southern Jags, alumni of the Southern Jags. And of course, they got the big Bayou Classic coming up this weekend with none other than Grambling, who is currently head coachless right now. I mean, they got an interim, but Grambling head coach Fobbs was relieved of his duty prior to this game. Pulled that Jason Garrett on, and we listen. Ain't no sense in coming back because we don't want you no more. That's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I wish there was a Scott Frost clause that you can put in all these coaching contracts, because that's a heck of a whoever negotiates Scott Frost's deal needs to be the person to negotiate all the contracts for head coaches, because that dude right there, or person, woman, it could be a man or a woman. I don't know who he's rocking with, but whoever it is, they got the juice, man. They got the juice. Listen, my coach, my candidate, my what do you call him when you're the agent of my client? My client ain't gonna win a lot, but he will definitely turn the program around. So you need to give him like 18 years. You need to give him like 18 years. Like, you can threaten to fire him, but you don't. And if you can sign that, we're good. Right there, initial that, flip it over. There you go, initial and sign there. All right, thank you. He'll be here tomorrow. Whoever that is for Scott Frost, everybody needs to hire that person. Whoever he or she is. Because, baby, I'm telling you, that dude right there, they be like, contract, can't fire him, remember? All right, let me get to these power rankings after last night's victory for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I said a couple of weeks ago that the two teams to watch were Tampa Bay and Green Bay. They are still in my top 5, even though Green Bay is coming off of a loss. They've stacked up enough wins to stay in that top 5. Number 1, been there most of the year, probably going to be there near the end of the year, and that's the Arizona Cardinals, 9-2, getting it done this time without Kyler Murray. Colt McCoy got his act right on. He is a former UT Longhorn, so winning is in his blood. But anyway, Arizona, number 1, 9-2. Number 2, the team that got knocked off by the Houston Texans in their own town, 22-13. I still have Tennessee at number 2. At number 3, and that's really what kept Tennessee at number 2, because the Green Bay Packers could not put the Minnesota Vikings away. I left those two at 2 and 3. Green Bay 8-3 is at number 3. At number 4, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, after their win last night, they're 7-3. At number 5, the team that gets no respect whatsoever, got a win without their starting quarterback, Lamar Jackson, the Baltimore Ravens. They're 7-3. At number 6, the LA Rams, I think they're still trying to figure out how to use their new pieces, and we'll see. Von Miller and Odell Beckham Jr., I think, are going to play major roles going forward for the Rams. Keep your eyes on them. Number 7, team coming off of a loss, the Dallas Cowboys, 7-3. At number 8, the team that beat Dallas, but Dallas still has a better record, 7-4. The Kansas City Chiefs are at number 8. Number 9, the team that everybody's hyped about. Oh, my Oh, they're so great. They're so wonderful. They're number 9, 7-4. At number 10, the Los Angeles Chargers. Love their new stadium. Good Lord. That's beautiful. I'm glad they're winning in that new stadium. They're 6-4. Number 11. At number 11, the Who Dey, talking about beating those Bengals, Cincinnati is at number 11. They're 6-4. Number 12, an enigma. At number 12, a team that will beat some teams' brains out and then get run all over and dog walk like they did by the Colts the other day is the Buffalo Bills. Everybody had Buffalo in the Super Bowl, and they're not even in the top spot in their division. Buffalo is at number 12, 6-4. Number 13, Pittsburgh, 5-4-1. Number 14, the Colts, 6-5. Number 15, Cleveland, 6-5. 16, Minnesota, 5-5. 17, Denver, 5-5. 18, San Francisco, 5-5. 19, the Raiders, 5-5. 20, and falling fast, the New Orleans Saints, 5-5. 21, a team that's on the uptick, Philadelphia, 5-6. Team number 22, man, I wish Cam had pulled it out, but he didn't. Carolina is at 5-6, and I'll talk about some of Cam Newton's antics later. Talk your team Tuesday. Number 23, the Washington football team, 4-6. Yeah, I got Carolina over Washington because Carolina still has a better record. 24, Atlanta, 4-6. 25, Miami, 4-7. 26, Chicago, 3-7. 27, I hate seeing them down there, but they are. Seattle, 3-7. 28, the Giants, 3-7. 29, Houston Texans, 2-8. 30, Jacksonville, 2-8. 31, the Jets, 2-8. And 32, the team that's supposed to be tough for real. We're going to bite you on your kneecap, and then we're going to get back up. We're going to bite you on your ear. We're going to get back up. We're going to bite you on your toe and get back up. Yeah, just win a game, bro. Just win a game. Detroit, winless. Got one tie. They got one Mason Rudolph. That's what I'm going to start calling ties, Mason Rudolphs. You can't get a win, you don't get a name. You can't get a win, you don't get a name. They got one Mason Rudolph. All right, that's the power rankings. That's the power rankings for the NFL. Again, let me go through with no commentary. Number 1, Arizona. Number 2, Tennessee. Number 3, Green Bay. Number 4, Tampa Bay. Number 5, Baltimore. Number 6, the Rams. Number 7, Dallas. Number 8, Kansas City. Number 9, New England. Number 10, the Chargers. Number 11, Cincinnati. Number 12, Buffalo. Number 13, Pittsburgh. Number 14, Indianapolis. Number 15, Cleveland. Number 16, Minnesota. Number 17, Denver. 18, San Francisco. 19, Raiders. 20, New Orleans. 21, Philly. 22, Carolina. 23, Washington. 24, Atlanta. 25, Miami. 26, Chicago. 27, Seattle. 28, New York Giants. 29, Houston. 30, Jacksonville. 31, Jets. 32, Detroit Lions. They was lying about winning. They had Lion fans thinking that they was going to do more winning this year than they've ever done before. But I bet Dan Campbell got one of those Scott Frost addendums. That's what we'll call it, the Scott Frost addendums. All right, so that's the power rankings. We talk some quick NBA basketball. Talk your team. The Rockets are just not good. They're not just young, but they got some problems, especially shooting from the field and from the three-point line, and they got some defensive deficiencies. You're right there in the game. You're right in there with Boston. You're right there. And then you allow them to go on a 17-0 run, and then you don't have the firepower to shoot your way back into it? They're young, but they need some shooters. They need some shooters. And it can't just be Amani Brooks. And this is why I say I respect, nothing but love for Daniel House. Ain't no shooter. Eric Gordon still trying to get hot again. You know, he has those seasons where he'll get started cold, and I don't know if he starts pressing or what he does, but it's like he just doesn't get right. And right now he's in one of those slumps. And for all the athleticism and playmaking ability that Jalen Green and Kevin Porter Jr. have, they are not proficient from the arc. And for whatever reason, they seem so young that they don't understand. You don't just keep chucking up threes. You find other ways to create and score. And, oh, yeah, by the way, you get back on defense. It's just an honest assessment from last night. It's just an honest assessment from last night. They got a lot of work to do, and I hope that they give head coach Steven Silas the time to get that work done, because that is not going to get fixed overnight. All right, let me get Sybil Wilkes on here with what you need to know. Rockets have now lost 15 in a row, and they got Chicago next. Let me get Sybil Wilkes on here with what you need to know, and then I'll come back with the birthdays right after this on the lunch break. Here's Sybil Wilkes.
It's Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know. Today is Tuesday, November 23rd, 2021. Number one, a nearly all-white panel of 12 jurors and 3 alternates heard an hour-long closing argument from state prosecutors Monday in the case of Ahmaud Arbery. A defense attorney for Travis McMichael told jurors that McMichael was motivated by duty and responsibility to question Arbery about a crime he suspected. Prosecutor Linda Janikowski said the defendants wrongly assumed the worst about the 25-year-old African-American man and made their decision to attack him because he did not want to stop and talk to them. Number two, Chicago's rooftop minister, Corey Brooks, made international headlines 10 years ago when he spent 3 months on top of a motel in Woodlawn on the south side of Chicago. November 20th marked the beginning of his 100-day winter-long campout on a rooftop to raise money for a $30 million community center for Chicago's Woodlawn neighborhood. Number three, with a recent uptick in COVID-19 cases, public health experts are still urging caution during holiday festivities. To prevent the spread, experts say limit exposure in the days prior to Thanksgiving, conduct rapid testing, and ensure communal spaces get plenty of fresh air. Health professionals still agree that getting vaccinated is the single best way a person can protect themselves and their loved ones, especially unvaccinated children. Number four, the body of a 72-year-old Black woman was found hanging from a tree in an Annapolis, Maryland neighborhood last week. Although investigators don't suspect foul play, several community activists are not sure that's the case. And Annapolis police are said to be still investigating. Number five, with Thanksgiving and Christmas around the corner, the holiday season will soon be here. At this time of year, your businesses may want to show its gratitude to employees and customers by giving them gifts or hosting holiday parties again after a year of foregoing them due to the pandemic. It's a good time to brush up on the tax rules associated with these expenses. Find out more in today's finance article contributed by Texas CPA Katrina M. Craft. Here's your daily inspiration from Yogi's Jewels. Now is the time to put some action behind your intentions. All right. Join me today live on YouTube and Facebook at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central with comedian Damon Williams and our political contributor Cameron Riley as we discuss today's top headlines and more. Thank you to our What You Need to Know partners, the Black Alzheimer's Brain Study at the University of North Texas Health Science Center at Fort Worth, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, and the American Heart Association. To subscribe to my free daily newsletter, please visit SybilWilkes.com. Be informed, be empowered.
All right, thank you very much there, Sybil Wilkes. I like that. You know, it's time to put some action behind your intention. Look, in my business, we'll say that'll preach right there. I like that a lot. Hey, Keith Gennick. Okay, real quick, let me hit these birthdays. Happy birthday to the twins, Pam and Paula Landry are both 70 years old today. Love them both. Well, I should say Paula Landry and Pam Landry Whitaker are 70 years old today. They are twins. One of my favorite people in the whole wide world, a professional women's football player, G Solo, Houston Energy, 40 years old today. Debbie Woolfolk Holmes is celebrating a birthday with Jimmy Spivey. Freeman Ingram celebrating a birthday with Brian Peoples. My good friend, Denise Garrett Fitzgiles, is celebrating her birthday today, along with Seneca Dunamore, Cheryl Goodwin Banks, Fee Baldwin Walker, one of my classmates. She's a member of Delta Sigma Theta, celebrating her birthday. And then Crystal Goday McGee. Crystal Goday McGee. She's from one of them little bitty towns in Louisiana. I know I messed up her name, but Crystal, love you much. All right, celebrity birthdays real quick. Happy birthday going on. Emmett Ashford, the very first certified black umpire in Major League Baseball, was born on this day back in 1914. Louis Tiant, the man who would turn his back on you on the pitcher's mound, celebrating a birthday today. Dan Snyder, Washington, trash. Vin Baker, y'all remember Vin? Vin Baker celebrating a birthday today. All right, come on, Usher.
Oh, go shawty, it's your birthday. Ooh, it's your birthday. Go shawty, it's your birthday. Today's your day. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to each and every one of y'all, from me and Usher and, all those that celebrate birthdays. Top of the hour.
3FFK222CX Houston.
The views and opinions expressed on all radio shows broadcast on KYOK are entirely those of the host, guests, and callers, who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
Got a great person, too. I'm going to be asking for her every chance I get. Karen Wilson. She's married to a football player. So, Doc, we had a good time. She told me. I'm talking to her. You're welcome, Tish.
This is what it feels like.
Okay, no problem. All righty.
That's it. It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. All this hollering we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up with chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from men. He's a man. They can be a hit just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. I'm proud when you step on the field, man. That's more I did. When I step on the field, I send one message. And this is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Fever. It's a wrap. Game over.
Oh, now this game ain't over. That's his first hour on the books. Second hour underway here on the legendary KYOK. And back with me from the front seat of his car, or SUV, I'm sure, is none other than Coach Johnnie Cole as we take our HBCU Stroll. Now, Coach, what part of the country are you in there today?
Man, I'm just leaving out of Louisville, headed to Cincinnati, and then to my mommy, my 88-year-old mother.
I know that's right, man. I was just saying that people need to get together with family, man. Don't let this time keep you celebrating. However you celebrate the holiday, do it with family.
man, it's remind me, and I tell my kids about my upbringing all the time that, it was 9 of us, 9 boys, and my mother and father, and we used to get in a station wagon. And the old station wagon that in the back you gotta sit across from each other.
Yeah.
And I was the youngest, so I never got a seat. So it taught me how to be patient. I never ran to the car because I know I wasn't gonna get to sit by the window.
You can call shotgun all you want.
Yeah.
You
and
can
we drive. We would drive from Dayton to Alabama, man. And I remember those times. And when I started becoming a father, I always wanted to do this. So it gives me a great pleasure to take my best half, my offsprings on a trip to come and visit their grandmother. And it's just a great thing for me, just to have them with me.
I love it, Coach. I love it. Now, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Let me ask you a question. Now, this is strictly personal. Your mother and your father, when y'all were driving from Dayton to Alabama, did y'all have a rule that you did not gas up in Mississippi?
Well, unfortunately, a good thing that we never had to go through Mississippi.
Okay, all right.
So, and my mom and father grew up in the 30s and 40s, right?
Yeah.
But they never experienced racism to a real being discriminated against. They actually played with white kids, on the farm. They grew up on the farm, She come from a family of 15, and my father come from a family of 13. And actually, my grandfather, John McKinney, they used to go harbor the white folks, farms.
Okay.
So they used to go pick corn and all that good stuff.
I got you. Yeah, my dad had a thing. You don't gas up in Mississippi. I don't care if you're not topped off in somewhere. Whatever you do, you don't gas up in Mississippi. And then he always told me, son, don't ever stop in a town that ends in Ville unless you know it. So like Louisville, I knew Louisville. I could stop there. But anything else that ended in Ville, Knoxville, I could do there. But anything else that ended in Ville, he said, son, don't stop there.
Yeah, well, they lived during the Emmett Till days.
Right.
So in the black movement, you know what I'm saying, with Martin Luther King and them. So
yeah, see, I
probably would get the same route.
Coach, I was telling somebody I'm on the tail end. I remember one time my dad stopped in a little country town to gas up, and he had to go around the back to go in. I kept asking my mama, why'd he go around back? Why'd he go around back? And she said, hush your mouth, boy. Just hush your mouth. And he came out with some food for us, and he gassed up, but he had to go around the back to do everything he had to do.
Well, that's crazy, because when we used to go visit Alabama, of course I stayed at home with my mother them, but when my brother them went to the movies, they had to go up and upstairs to watch the movie.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, to the theater.
Yeah.
So, yeah, right. Man, hey, we lived in some of them days, but I didn't know. I'm fortunate that I had to go through that at an early age.
Yeah. Well, Coach, I appreciate you sharing your experience and your time with your family with us today. The Swac is pretty much has kind of set itself out. We know that Jackson State has won the eastern half of the Swac, and Prairie View has won the western half of the Swac. What are your thoughts about those two teams?
Well, if you remember, I called this about 3 weeks ago, that these two teams, and I think they're the two best football teams that's going, with pass and quarterback and Prairie View. I think it's going to be a good challenge for Jackson State. They got the edge. They got the hype. Sanders' son, Secure, he's a good one and will be a great one, if he don't get injured or anything. So it's going to be a good battle. Prairie View do a lot of great things on the offensive side of the ball. they're probably gonna give Jackson State, some problems. And the thing, Jackson State got to stock that leak of everybody has ran the ball successful on them. They got to control that, and also they got to have a control offense as well.
Yep. Now, Prairie View is going to close out by hosting Mississippi Valley this Saturday. And surprisingly, Mississippi Valley has got a couple of wins under their belts. They're 2-5 in the Swac this year. And you and I both said how surprised we were because they have had 2 wins in the same season in a long time.
Yeah, fortunately, it looks like they're moving in the right direction for a Valley football team. Usually when you're talking about 2-5 and 2-9, you're talking about, you're not looking at anything that's special. But when you're talking about Mississippi Valley and with Coach Dancy and Willie Totten and the new addition, Ken Evans, it seems like they're putting things together. They've always been great on defense, but it looks like they're turning the corner on offense.
Yeah, and winning breeds recruits, right? When you got a program that looks like it's heading in the right direction, they got some wins, some folks might start to feel like they can come and be a part of that, right?
Well, without a doubt, kids want to go where they can play right now.
Right.
And sometimes going to a program that's struggling, sometimes that sales, that's a buy to some kids. And look, I'd rather go there and play 4 years than go somewhere and sit out. It's the old thing of me. You know what I mean? They like Kobe Bryant said, there's the ME in team.
Yeah, definitely that. I hope that trend continues over there in Mississippi Valley State. Now, there were a couple of surprises. Alabama A&M seems to have righted their ship from a couple of weeks ago. It seems like it got started from the Magic City Classic when they beat crosstown rival Alabama State. Alabama A&M seems to be rolling from there.
Well, Alabama A&M, they're going to put some points on the board. And, I got an opportunity this past weekend to meet Coach Maynard, which I got a lot of aspiration for, and, the great things that he's doing at A&M and in his career. And, got a chance to hang out with his coaching staff and learn what they do. And, they got a good system over there. The biggest thing is he's got to get better on defense. If he wants to continue to be consistent on winning championships. He'll win games, he'll break records, but to win championships, you got to be good on defense.
Yeah, we got Coach Johnnie Cole joining us for our HBCU Stroll. He was traveling yesterday, so we got a chance to get him today. You're very right about that because even though they won against Pine Bluff, they gave up 24 points. They had to put up 52, of course, with their high-powered offense. But those 24 points, you can't give up that many points every Saturday and expect to win.
Yeah, well, they put up 52 back-to-back. They put up 52 on Texas Southern as well. So, they got a great offense, without a doubt. Coach Maynard, me following his career, he's always been able to score. His issue's always been defense. But I guess that's his philosophy. I'm going to put up numbers. The name of the game, I guess, is at the end of the game, who got the most points.
Who got the most points? Yeah, I used to be under a coach who said if they don't score, they can't win. So he put a whole lot of emphasis on the defense, and my job was to put them in the end zone, and we did a little bit of that. Coach, I got to take a break. When I come back, we'll talk about the rest of the SWAC after this, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, we got Coach Johnnie Cole with us as the HBCU Stroll. We'll be right back right after this on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
You have $2,000 or more in credit card debt? Then listen up. We can reduce or eliminate your interest rates. Cut your monthly payment up to 50% and stop all late fees. Our company has been helping good people just like you get out of debt for over 30 years. Don't get
Technology
stressed.
is something else, AJ.
$1,000 or more in credit card debt and medical bills. We can show you a way to reduce all of your bills to one lower monthly payment that you can afford. So again, if you have $2,000 or more in credit card debt and medical bills you can't afford, make this free call today and learn how you can finally get out of debt. Call now for your free consultation. 800-638-7112. 800-638-7112. 800-638-7112. That's 800-638-7112. Sponsored by Credit Card.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legend continues.
This is Brian Courtney Wilson, and you're listening to The Lunch Break.
All right, y'all. We're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK, all new 92.3 FM. We stream live, kyokradio.org. We are taking our HBCU Stroll with the Coach Johnnie Cole. And Coach, we're just talking about some of the teams in the Swac and what they did this past weekend. Alabama A&M 52-24 over Pine Bluff. One of the ones that was closer, but they didn't quite get over the hump, is your alma mater. Texas Southern fell to Alabama State on the road. What are your thoughts about that? 24-21.
Well, it's a hard-fought game. We finished our third season, and we won 2 games this year. Really 3 games. You've seen some good things, you've seen some promising things, but then there's some concern things as well, and at the end of the day, you gotta huddle up and see where you're hurting at, and Coach McKinney's got to make some hard decisions. You can't win giving up 40 points a game. You can't win not being consistent on offense. You can't win turning the ball over in the second half and not being a good second half football team. So he's going to have to make some hard decisions. They got to do some changes and things, because I just don't think 2-8 to get it next year.
Yeah.
For Alabama State, they in a crunch, trying to find a coach. I've heard some names out there that they're interested in. And they're supposed to be making an announcement this week. So they scrambling over there as well. And we talked about that when they got rid of Coach Healy. Right there at the end of the season. They shouldn't have done that. That wasn't good for the program. It wasn't good for the university. But I'm not over there. I feel for the kids. Going through a transition like that at the end. If I was a senior, I would have wanted to finish out strong.
Yeah. I got you.
Unfortunately,
well, at least they got that victory, though. Does that bring some measure of I don't know, not satisfaction, but does that victory make them feel like we got something that we can build on?
You beat a 2-8 football team.
I got you.
Winning is always good. But you was expected to win. So they just done what they were supposed to do, and Texas Southern went down there, and that's one thing I can say about Coach McKinney and his group. Those kids come out every week and they play hard, and they just deserve better than 2-8.
And I know that comes from your love for the school. You went to school there. Your children. You've got children at school there. You love that community, Texas Southern.
Without a doubt, I got my Tiger right there. My daughter right there. She's an academic scholarship right there. Tiger, my TSU Tiger, and then my son followed my footsteps. I'm so proud of him. So we TSU, we Tigers all the way. You know what I'm saying? And we looking for the best.
Yeah, I got you on that, and you've given us our points on what Coach McKinney has to do to turn that around. If you were in the administration, if you were one of the provosts or the regents or the athletic director, how much more time would you give Coach McKinney to get that done?
Well, it would be some hard talk, about where the program is going. Numbers don't lie. He's been there 3 years, and he's won two games in 3 years. How does it look? What is the outcast? What hard decisions you willing to look at and make? Where you need to improve at. And if he ain't saying the right things about where he needs to improve at, then it might be time to move on.
Yeah.
But he's been around a long time. I got a lot of respect for him. He's kept his nose to the ground and kept the grind. So and with his experience, I know he'll do the right thing. And sometimes this is part of the year where coaches get hired and fired.
Right.
It's just a part of our business. It ain't that. It's nothing character-wise or nothing against the individual personally. It's just the business. And sometimes you got to make some tough decisions. I've had to make some tough decisions in my career at this part of the year, and fortunate for me, they worked out.
Coach Johnnie Cole taking our HBCU Stroll. Another team that just really got hot, kind of almost after week 1, FAMU just destroyed Bethune-Cookman in their annual rivalry, 46-21. And, man, it's unfortunate that they're over there in the East because they fell short to Jackson State. They finished 7-1 in the Swac.
I'm going to say 2 words. Man, the guy wins everywhere he goes. He's got a solid system of how he do things. He went from Prairie View to Florida A&M, won at Prairie View, winning at Florida A&M. He said earlier in the year they were going to be great on defense. Bob always said during the course that defenses is always in front of offense. They finally settled down and settled in on a quarterback, and pretty much, his play calling, because Coach Simmons called the plays, was we're going to let our defense win games, and we're not going to turn the ball over. And when they cut down on their turnovers, they were able to start moving the football and winning football games.
Yeah, they are, again, 7-1 in the SWAC right now, right behind Jackson State. Man, again, very interesting. So this next week, the schools that will play this next week, you got Tuskegee at Alabama State, you got Mississippi Valley State at Prairie View, and then you've got the Bayou Classic. Any thoughts about that Tuskegee-Alabama State game?
Man, I've been fortunate to coach in that game. First of all, I'm glad they got the game back.
Yeah.
They never shouldn't have stopped playing that game because the game is bigger. It's bigger than money. It's talking about tradition. You talking about people come back to Montgomery for homecoming, and it's just a rival. And when we used to play, Coach Comegy was the coach. And AJ, when I say that stadium was so crowded, I'm hanging from the rafters. You could feel the intensity of the game.
Uh-oh, Coach, you hit one of those. There you go. You back. You hit a dead spot for a second.
You hear me now?
Yeah, got you loud and clear, Coach.
You hear me now? Okay, I was just saying the intensity of the game. I'm glad the game's back. The game is bigger than both teams trying to make money. It's a tradition. It's one of the longest classic games played, and I'm excited. Unfortunately, won't be there, but I'm excited for both teams. Tuskegee gonna be looking for a new coach as well as Alabama State. So right. This is the last time those two coaches gonna be there, or at least their players, and I'm looking for an exciting game. You can throw the records out the door,
right?
They are out the window. they're going to get after each other.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one, definitely with that in mind. And then Mississippi Valley heading on up there to Prairie View. What are your thoughts about that one? 3-7 Valley State and 7-3 Prairie View.
Well, you know, they already don't clinch the West. And I talked about last week when they played Texas A&M. I don't know who scheduled that game that late in the season, but I said if they start getting after the quarterback, they're going to pull it. I was watching that game. They hit him twice early. They blitzed off the edge and hit him twice. So your question would, you know, how much would I play my quarterback this week? You know, how important is the game to win the game? You know, that's something that Coach Dooley is going to have to decide, him and his staff. You know, Valley, of course, don't have nothing to lose. You know, this is where they always been, you know, just playing, you know, for the fun of the game. You know, they might come out and surprise them. They might come out and shock them. You know, and it depends on what Coach Dooley does as far as, you know, am I going to play my starters? Are they going to rest this week and get ready for the next week for the championship game?
Right. Coach, the last game is Grambling Southern. And again, head scratcher on why Grambling would say, all right, we're going to go ahead and relieve Coach Fobbs of his duty before this game. Or do you think it was a situation where they offered Coach Fobbs an opportunity to finish out the year and he decided to go now?
No, I think knowing the father very well, I know father better than the son, you know, but they're a football family. You know, he'd rather finish. You know, coaches want to finish. You know, they want to finish things out. And I wish he would have got a chance because I'm pro coach. I'm pro. You know, I know our business is hire and fire. Don't get me wrong. You know, and there ain't no good way of firing somebody, but being a coach myself, you know, let me walk away, you know, my way. You know what I'm saying? And I wish he could have got an opportunity to finish, but he didn't. Coach Terrence Graves, who I know very well, is getting an opportunity to kind of, you know, show his deal. But, you know, I've coached in this game as well under Pete Richardson. You know, and we beat Grambling 3 years in a row. The 3 years I was at Southern. And, I mean, it was 70,000. So, and that was the first time that really Southern started taking over that game and winning that game. I think Pete won the game like 7 or 8 years straight. So that's another, you know, classic game about family, you know, about Thanksgiving. It's about black college football, black people, and how we can come together and have a good time and enjoy the festivities of the game.
Absolutely. Coach, we got to take another break. We'll be right back with more as we take our HBCU stroll with the Coach Johnnie Cole right here on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. Radio stations in one.
Okay, we are running a car drive right now to help veterans all across America. So if you have an old car, truck, or van, even a motorcycle or an RV sitting around, you can right now give it away and help the vets. They really need your help. And your car will help support the vets and their families. And guess what? You even get a tax donation. Plus, we'll even come and pick up your car for free. And all you've got to do is pick up your phone right now and make a free call. Now is the perfect time to do something good for the vets. Give back to the vets right now for all they've done for this country. And your old car can really help them. So call the Veterans Car Donation Program right now for free pickup of your vehicle. Help the vets and help your taxes at the same time. Call right now.
800-253-1892. 800-253-1892. 800-253-1892. That's 800-253-1892.
Tune in to Table Talk with your boy, TD Blackshear, every Tuesday from 10 to 11 a.m. on the legendary KYOK 1140 a.m. and 92.3 FM. See you there. Hi, I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me Show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation and a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me Show, right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 a.m. and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org.
My name is Devon McDonald from Jamaica, live in Annapolis, Gulf, and you listen to the lunch break.
All righty, we're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK AM 1140, 92.3 FM, streaming live, KYOKradio.org. And I've got the Coach Johnnie Cole as we take our HBCU Stroll. Doing it on a Tuesday because he was traveling on Monday. So, Coach, we appreciate you squeezing us in to your family time right now, man. Thank you so much for that.
Well, I thank you for having me. And, it gives them an opportunity to see what their dad do. And to make them a part of it means a lot to me. To let them know that, they number one in my heart. And, sometimes, you got to do what you got to do to get what you get. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, definitely. I got you loud and clear. Hey, Oz, who is a fan of the Texas Southern University, actually started a little bit of a controversy, has a question for you. He said, do you think that some of the luster will be off of the Bayou Classic because of the way Coach Fobbs got fired?
Well, yeah and no. Of course, each coach get his own following, but, they were struggling this year. They were struggling this year. And, everybody wants a winner, you know what I mean? And, it might, but, both teams struggled this year. So if anything had the impact on it, it's that both teams struggled, And so, I look forward to a tough game again. It's a rival, bragging rights over the state of Louisiana. And, it'll be very interesting, with Grambling going there without Coach Fobbs. And Southern is going in there with a guy that's set in there. So, I look forward to a good game.
Yeah, I do too. I thought it was a good question as well. And then I think I got another one that came in. Camilio said he's a Grambling alum. He said, tell Coach he doesn't have to keep repeating beating Grambling 3 years straight at the Bayou Classic.
Hey, tell him, when I was a player, I never beat Grambling. So anytime I got an opportunity, I didn't start beating Grambling until I became a coach. So it was exciting to me. So I'm telling me to take his hat off to Grambling. The tradition is rich and strong. I love the place. I love the Eddie Robinson, and and it's funny that he said that. That's who I wanted to be. I wanted to be the next Eddie Robinson in black college football. But fortunately, I'm coming up in the era now where you don't have coaches that stay in one place that long, and it don't matter if they winning or losing. Either they move it on, or the administration feels some kind of way about them, and whether they winning or losing, they get. So beat that goal I had, but I got an opportunity to play against him as a player. I got to get a way to get a chance to meet him and talk to him. When we used to go on the Swac tour, and we used to ride around. They take players from each team, and we would ride from school to school to school, and just to sit and hear Eddie talk and Marino Cassim and W. and Otis Washington. Those guys sit around and talk. I mean, man, it was incredible. It was incredible.
Yeah.
So I got an opportunity, a once in a lifetime opportunity to be that close to him.
Yeah, no, that's good stuff right there. We got the Coach Johnnie Cole joining us for our HBCU Stroll. Let's fast forward to December 4th for the Swac championship game. Prairie View, Jackson State. What do you think about the game, and who do you think comes out on top, Coach? Can you hear me? Uh-oh, I can't hear you. No, I can't hear you at all. You know, this about the time your phone always goes out on me. All right, he'll come back in. Coach Cole, he's out there on the road. We appreciate him making the time to dial in and talk to us. All right, let's see if we got him. Coach Cole, you got it? Nah, you still don't have it. All right. Let's see. There we go. He's gone back. All right, so we want to find out his thoughts on the SWAC championship game. That'll be December the 4th. That'll be Jackson State hosting Prairie View for the championship game. Coach Cole, what you got?
Can you hear me?
No. Yeah, I got you now. I got you. Yes.
All right.
Uh-oh, but it's breaking up. We done got to the good part, and Coach Cole breaking up on me. Come back through one more time, Coach. Come back through one more time. Whatever you did the last time, do it this time. All right, man. I want to get his thoughts on that SWAC championship game, and then he and I will kind of wrap it up with our final predictions of the power rankings for the SWAC and the MEAC, because those two are going to meet in the Celebration Bowl. All right, Coach. One more time.
Man, I tell you, you won't call me at this time, but can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you loud and clear.
Can you? Okay. Deion Sanders, Coach of the Year. He Muhammad Ali the SWAC. You know how Muhammad used to dictate what he gonna do and when he gonna knock folks out?
Yeah.
Deion Sanders. He said he gonna do it, he done it.
So you got them beating Prairie View in the SWAC championship game?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They good on defense, solid on offense. Quarterback don't get them beat. They're excited. They got the background. They're doing a great job over there. They focusing on their run game. So when you got good run game, solid defense, champion.
Now, Coach Cole, I'm going to ask you to dig into your coaching bag. You're coaching Prairie View, going in against that team that you just talked about, and head coach Primetime. What would you need to do to be able to beat Jackson State in that championship game?
Well, first of all, we're going to beat them because we will have the will to beat them. Second of all, he likes to put a lot of pressure on you. So what we're practicing on, and especially against Valley, is a lot of fade routes, screens, getting the ball out of the quarterback's hands, and run game. I'll come in there with two run plays versus pressure. And that's power and what I used to call power O. You know, where we'll run split backfield. And the rest, I'm putting my best on your best.
Okay.
Now, you might blitz me and sack me, but if I hit you 5 times because you're playing that man defense, that's 5 touchdowns. I love to play against teams that bring pressure because now they saying their best is better than your best.
Yeah.
And I also will have option in my package because when you put pressure, all right, and you run your defensive backs off, now I can pitch the ball off the end man of the line of scrimmage. That's all I would work on.
Okay, now. All right, now, Coach, he makes adjustments. And now all of a sudden those adjustments, you got a cornerback taking your pitch man. You got the defensive end now who can crash down hard on your quarterback. How you gonna adjust?
See, you just did what I want you to do as an offense. God, I'm gonna dictate to you what you gonna do. I'm gonna make you do some stuff that you don't want to do. And when I see a team or a defensive coordinator start trying to adjust to what he think I'm gonna do, then I go back to my regular game. Because that's the way they've been doing. They've been pressuring teams. And some coordinators come in and don't have pressure package in their offense. And that's why my toolbox, it don't matter, who I play, we're gonna be working on the same things every week. We're gonna have some options, we're gonna have some power game, we're gonna have some 4-minute offense, and those are things that you gotta be able to be prepared for. As they make adjustments, you make adjustments.
Coach, that's why I wanted you to get into that, because a lot of folks don't understand that, oh man, my team didn't make any adjustments. Sometimes it's that they made the adjustment, but the other team forced you to make the adjustment that they wanted you to make so that they could do what they wanted to do. And that happens far too often.
And see, that's why you take what they give you. If they're going to come pressure, then you do what you're supposed to do against pressure. That's why when I seen Alabama A&M get sacked 10 times, and for the record, this kid that Alabama A&M got, if he played for any school, Ohio State, Georgia, this kid would be up for the Heisman. But anyway, you take what they give you. Yeah. If they putting pressure more guys in the box and they threaten you to throw, then you throw. Because then when you hitting them, then they gonna do what? Now they gonna start playing your game,
right?
And getting out of their game. And if they stay pressured, and like I said, if I hit, you might hit me. But if I hit you 5 or 6 times, and my receiver beats you 5 plays out of 70, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good on this. You know what I'm saying? So means that you can't come in there. It's a pressure team, and a lot of coordinators are egotistical, and so they try to stay with what they do, and then they blame the stuff on the players.
Coach, you dropping dimes in here today, Coach. You dropping quarters and dollars in here today. I like it.
Well, you went straight at me. You went straight at me.
Yeah, look, I'm a good setup man. I could be a good point guard. I gave you a nice alley-oop right there.
There you go. Well, hey, give me this alley-oop. I'm ready. I got the fire in my belly. I'm fired up. I'm ready to come back.
I hear you, Coach. Coach, we got to take one more break, and then we're going to talk about the MEAC, because that's who that Swac champion is going to play on December the 18th in the Celebration Bowl, and you and I will be there live. We'll be right back with the Coach Johnnie Cole as we take our HBCU Stroll right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's AJ Jones with Lunch Break on the legendary KYOK, AM 1140 at 92.3 FM. It's that time of year where we are reminded of all the things we should be thankful for, and that it's more blessed to give than to receive. So with that in mind, on Wednesdays from now through Christmas, we'll give you a chance to win a gift certificate from Butterball. That's right, you can win a gift certificate for a Butterball turkey on Wednesdays on the lunch break between 12 and 2. Just be the right caller, and your Butterball turkey will be on us at the legendary KYOK, AM 1140 at 92.3.
Well, I hope you are enjoying your weekend. Hey, everybody, it's Erica Campbell.
And I'm Greg from Get Up Mornings.
We want to thank you so much much for rocking with us every weekday morning.
And after you enjoy your weekend, make sure you start your work week with us.
When you start your day with us, we'll help you get moving and motivated to have the best day ever. Go ahead, say it, Griff.
Best day ever!
So wake up with us. We'll be faith walking,
Love talking,
and joy living on Get Up Mornings.
Yeah, about to do that.
1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legendary KYOK.
Beautiful people, this is Major. This is why I love you. On the lunch break.
Thank you, Major. We appreciate your nephew right here on the lunch break of the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. We're streaming live, kyokradio.org. It is the Coach Johnnie Cole as we take our HBCU Stroll. And Coach, I love your analysis. I love you giving some of those coaching dimes and drops that most folks don't know about and don't pay attention to. Real quick, the MEAC has flipped literally upside down. There was a time when it looked like it was Norfolk State's to win, like they were going to run away with the conference. And it looked like South Carolina State surprisingly had a down year, but they beat Norfolk State head-to-head 31-21. And in the standings right now, they are the MEAC champions at 5-0. North Carolina Central 4-1. Delaware State 2-3. Norfolk State in conference 2-3. And then you got Howard and Morgan State 1-4. But it is South Carolina State that is going to meet the winner of Jackson State and Prairie View. What do you think about how that played out in the MEAC?
A lot of parity over there.
Yeah.
A lot of parity. I thought North Carolina Central jumped out and beat Alcorn, and then turned around and lost to Mississippi Valley. South Carolina State, Alabama A&M has been owning them for the last couple of years. And I thought they were kind of out of it. Like you said, I thought Norfolk was making a move, and they just fell off at the end. I don't know if it was injuries or what.
Right.
The MEAC challenge, it seems that whoever wins the Swac championship is going to be the favorite in the challenge game of the Black College National Championship game.
Right. That Celebration Bowl is going to be it's going to be December the 18th down in Atlanta, Georgia. We will be there live, and we'll be broadcasting on the Friday before the game. And you're right. I feel like whether it be Prairie View or whether it be Jackson State, whoever comes out of the SWAC is going to be the favorite in that game. But again, South Carolina State has proved a lot of people wrong this year.
Yeah, they do a lot of good things with the ball. They play good, solid defense. They're not real exciting on offense. Just they don't turn the ball over. They play great special teams. They're just a good, solid group of guys that play very hard. And the legendary coach they have over there, he's been around a long time. So. You can't sleep on them. You can't sleep on them. You gotta play the game. But armchair quarterbacks. We don't call the Black College football games, since I'm a SWAC guy. It's really when Jackson State and Prairie View play. Go J-State. Go Panthers.
All right, Coach. with that in mind, let me give you my final SWAC rankings of the year. I got Jackson State at number 1, 8-0. I got FAMU number 2, 7-1. I got Prairie View 6-1. I don't think they can do anything to move out of that number 3 spot. Number 4, Alabama A&M 5-3. Number 5, Alcorn at 5-3. Number 6, I got Southern at 3-4. Number 7, Alabama State at 3-5. And then I got Mississippi Valley State all the way up to number 8 at 2-5. I got them over Grambling at 2-5 at number 9. Number 10, your alma mater, Texas Southern, at number 10. Number 11, Bethune-Cookman. And down there at the bottom, needing a whole lot of prayer, Arkansas Pine Bluff. Now, you give me your power rankings, 1 through 12.
I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that. I like Jackson State. I got to go with Prairie View, Florida A&M.
You got Prairie View,
Alabama A&M.
Coach.
Yeah, I got Prairie View over FAMU.
All right, I got it. I'm writing it down.
I got FAMU 3, Alabama A&M 4. Man, that the rest of that group. Southern. I'll give Southern a nod. Did I put Alcorn in there?
Not yet. You want to put them 5 or 6?
Oh, I'm sorry. Alcorn is before Southern.
Okay, Alcorn, and then Southern.
And then Southern. Yeah. And then
Number
the rest.
7. All right, so you got Alabama.
I'll go with Alabama State, but this is where I guess I differ. I'm gonna move Texas Southern up. Texas Southern is one of the best 2-8 teams. 2-8 teams in America.
Oh my gosh, Coach! You talking with your heart now, Coach. I don't think I've ever seen you get that soft on me, Coach. Coach,
look here. At the end of the day, it's the toilet bowl at the bottom. You know. So damn, at least I can put them up there, because it really don't matter. All of them are 2-8, 1-7. Pine Bluff, Texas Southern, Bethune-Cookman, Arkansas Pine Bluff. See, Coach, you can throw that in a bingo jar and come up with a number.
All right, so who you got out of these two? Grambling or Mississippi Valley? Who you got ahead of who?
I'm going to go with Valley.
Okay, so you going Mississippi Valley, you going Grambling, and then Bethune-Cookman and Pine Bluff?
Yes. But Coach, and you know, a lot of these teams don't fail off even more without no coaching.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
Just don't fell all apart.
Oh, man. I ain't never seen you go with your heart like that, boy. I sure hope the kids ain't looking. I hope the kids are asleep in the car, man, because they're like, who is this man?
No, boy. You're right. You know, hey, man, I got to show some love, Coach. I got to show some love.
Coach, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this now, and this is going to put you on the spot. We got job openings at Alabama State, at Grambling. Where else? That's it in the
Alabama
Swac.
State.
Alabama
Swac, yeah.
State and Grambling.
But
which one of those jobs is the better job?
Grambling tradition-wise.
Okay.
Alabama State facility-wise.
Okay. All right. Now we know that Tuskegee has opened up, and that's kind of huge because that was a legendary coach, and he was also the athletic director. So
I got an opportunity to play against Coach Slater.
If you look at Tuskegee and let's say Clark Atlanta, which one of those would be a better job?
Oh, it ain't even close. Tuskegee tradition.
Yeah.
Ain't even close.
Well, Coach, do me a favor. When one of these
Central State open too.
I knew about Central State, Elizabeth City. Yeah. There's a few of them open, but I wanted to highlight those right there.
Well, watch your Monday now. Watch your Monday. If I was a bet man, I think Southern gonna make a move.
Really?
And Pine Bluff might make a move too.
Coach, so wait a minute. Hold on now. Hold on. We got to get ready to go, but I'm getting this in. If Southern loses to Grambling, you saying on Monday Southern might be open?
Yes, sir. And it might not even matter.
Wow. Okay. All right. So now let me ask the question again. Southern, Alabama State, Grambling. Which of those three is the better job, in your opinion?
I worked at Southern and at Alabama State, and I'll tell you, again, facility-wise, it's Alabama State, then Southern, then Grambling. Tradition-wise, it's Grambling, Southern, then Alabama State. Where I would like to be, I like to be a big fish in a little pond. Southern in between the bowl, because there's a lot of pressure on that Grambling job. You got to win championships at Grambling.
Yeah.
At Southern you got to be competitive.
Right.
At Alabama State, they gonna mess that one up. They always mess it up. They've been messing that thing up since Coach Markham left, and then they brought Dixon in there. They didn't do nothing. They brought L.C. Cole in there. He won championships. Charlie Cole won championships. Gone. L.C. gone. Reggie Barlow won championships. Gone. They gonna screw it up. More politics at Alabama State that don't have nothing to do with nothing.
Okay. Now, Coach, for real, this is the last one right here. Now, listen to me. Hear me out. The University of Florida, the Gators, they give you a call and say, we want you to come and be our head coach. Southern California, the Trojans, call you at the same time on the other line and say, Coach Johnnie Cole, we want you to come and be our head coach. But Grambling calls and says, Coach, we want you to come and be our head coach. Which one of those jobs do you take?
I'm going to take Florida. One, because I'm in the South and I'm very familiar with the area, and you got great athletes out of Florida. Grambling, they don't pay enough. I could go to Florida and lose in 4 years, and they'll write me a $16 million check. So I'm just thinking about my family on that case. Of course, my heart goes there.
Coach! Now he's back. That's Coach right there.
Yeah.
I got you. I got you.
If Grambling was paying $4 million instead of $400, it'd be a no-brainer for me.
I was going to say, if the money was even at all three, would you still make the same choice? If the money was even at all three?
I would go to Grambling.
I got you.
Because I would want to follow behind Eddie Robinson, who's been a great coach and inspiration to a lot of black coaches.
Man.
I've always wanted to coach black college football.
Yeah. Coach, tell everybody where they can find you and follow you, because we got to go, Coach. We got to go.
Twitter, Johnnie Cole, Hobo, Big Offense, Facebook, and Instagram, Cold Blooded Man on Instagram.
Coach, I mean it when I this when I say it.
218. Yes.
No, your phone was breaking up. I apologize. When you get this next call, and this next call is coming, don't forget us. Don't forget us over here on the lunch break, okay?
Man, we'll fix it, man. We're at the hip. God brought us together. Let no man tear us apart.
You better come on. You better come on. You better come on. Coach, be safe out there on the road. Enjoy your time with your mother, man, and your family, and we'll talk to you soon, okay?
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
All right, man. We'll talk to you soon. Coach Johnnie Cole with the HBCU Stroll. And I tell you what, man, he got me right there. He got me right there. Willie Gibson, I know. That's why I said he got soft when it came to his alma mater. You know, he got in his heart when he was talking about, I'm going to put Texas Southern over all these other schools. But when it came to that money, hey, I'm going to take that Florida job because I can lose for 4 years, and they're going to have to write me about a $16 million check for me to go away. I'm going to look out for my family, end quote. I like it. I like honest, Real coaches like that. And before somebody come for me and come for him, coaches do it every day. Stop it. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. All right, I got to go. All right, Donnie Mclurkin up next with the Donnie Mclurkin Show. He'll give you the best in gospel music and the latest in the gospel music industry. Donnie does this thing every Monday through Friday from 2 to 3. In the morning, Erica Campbell and Griff get up mornings with Griff and all that they have with them. And then later on, it'll be me with Winning Wednesday. I'll give you a chance to win a Butterball turkey. I'll give you a chance to win a Butterball turkey. If you got a last-minute turkey deal you got to do, your turkey is going to be on us tomorrow, courtesy of Butterball and the lunch break on the legendary KYOK. As always, let's not be divided. Let's be united. I do love you. There's nothing you can do about it. To all my noobs out there, yo. All right, guys. I'll talk to y'all later.